27th, Brain Game will move to 10:30 a.m.
For more than 25 years, the smartest 30 minutes on television. From the campus of Wake Tech Community College, get your crania in gear. It's time to play Brain Game.
Competing today are Broughton High School and East Chapel Hill High School. High fives all around. Ooh, that's very good. Oh, extension, nice job. Okay. Well, high-fived in. Well, hello and welcome to Brain Game. I'm your host, Mark Roberts. Welcome, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us here at Wake Tech's excited Northern Campus, a playoff atmosphere today. We are now down to our Final Four. One of the teams here today will play for the Brain Game Championship. So let's meet these players, shall we? Here we go. First up, our defending champions from East Chapel Hill High School. We have Asa, Luke, and Malcolm. That's East Chapel Hill High, everyone. And from Broughton High School in Raleigh, we have Brandon, Jack, and Kaylin. That is Broughton, everyone. Man. All right, that is a lively audience. Players, remember, correct answers score you 20 points. An incorrect answer or failure to answer in the allotted time results in a loss of 20. And sweep any category for a 20-point bonus. Both teams have been here before and look ready to go. So let's head to some far-out locations, how about? With our first category, pop-up culture. We're looking for places in science fiction franchises. I'll give you 3 popular fictional locations, and you'll earn 20 points if you can name the sci-fi franchise they are from. All right, players, cranium gear, here we go. We're going to start, of course, with East Chapel Hill, and this is pop-up culture as we mentioned. SETI, Alpha 5, Romulus, Vulcan.
Team's answer is Star Trek.
That is correct. Geonosis, Hoth, Tatooine.
Our team's answer is Star Wars.
Star Wars is right. Biblios, Skaro, Gallifrey.
Our team's answer is Doctor Who.
That is the correct doctor. All right, segueing now over to Broughton. The Ark, High Charity, Reach.
Our team's answer is Pass.
That goes over to East Chapel Hill if you want to try.
Our team's answer is Halo.
Halo is right. Now, we're back over to Broughton. Wallach 9, Caledon, Arrakis.
Our team's answer is Dune.
Dune is right. And last pop-up culture for Broughton, Lexor, Apocalypse, Krypton.
Our team's answer is Superman.
Superman, the Man of Steel, is correct. All right, now, from made-up places to real-world newsmakers, our next category is headliners. Players, we've got questions from regional and national news today, and each team will get to start with a visual clue, so take a look at your monitor now, players. We're starting now with East Chapel Hill. In February, stroke survivor and Senator John Fetterman was hospitalized after feeling lightheaded. What state does he represent?
Our team's answer is Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania is right. His album, Un Verano Sin Ti, became the first Spanish-language album to be nominated in the Album of the Year category at the Grammys. Name him.
Our team's answer is Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny is correct. What major television network officially cut ties with Amy Robach and TJ Holmes after it was revealed that the on-air personalities had been in a romantic relationship?
It's a news network. It's like CNN.
Do you want to say that? Our team's answer is Pass.
That goes over to Broughton if you would like to try.
Our team's answer is ABC.
ABC is the right network. All right, now we're doing headliners with Broughton. Congressman George Santos is under investigation after admitting to lying on his resume. What state does he represent?
Our team's answer is New York.
That's right. 19, 21, 25, and 30 could be her lucky numbers. Who won this year's Grammy for Best Pop Solo Performance?
Our team's answer is Adele.
Adele is right. In January, what major television network was fined by the FCC for using emergency alert system tones in an ad for an upcoming NFL game?
Our team's answer is CBS.
That is incorrect. East Chapel Hill, would you like to try?
Our team's answer is Pass.
Answer we're looking for there is Fox. All right. Well, that might be the first rule of broadcasting. Never mess with the emergency alert system. Something else you don't want to mess with is your neighbors. which brings us to our next category, across America. Let's hop over the Great Smoky Mountains to test your knowledge on Tennessee and how well you know our neighbors to the west. All right, so let's begin now with East Chapel Hill and across America. Who was Tennessee's first U.S. representative? He was a war hero at the Battle of New Orleans.
Our team's answer is Andrew Jackson.
He's the guy. All right, sticking with East Chapel Hill, the flagship school of the University of Tennessee is located in what city? It's a 2-hour drive from Asheville.
So that's gotta be Nashville, right? Because Memphis is like all the way on the other side.
Do you want to say Nashville? Our team's answer is Nashville.
That is incorrect. Broughton.
Our team's answer is Knoxville.
Knoxville is correct. All right, now we're back with East Chapel Hill for your last across America. Broadcasting from Nashville since 1925. What country music show is the longest running radio program in the USA?
Like the Grand Ole Opry. Oh, then I have no
Pass, I
idea.
think.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Broughton.
Our team's answer is pass.
All right, no country music. Grand Ole Opry is the answer there. All right, now we're doing across America with Broughton. What fourth largest city in Tennessee is close to Lookout Mountain, and it's home to a certain train mentioned in a song?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to East Chapel Hill.
Our team's answer is Chattanooga.
The Chattanooga Choo-Choo. That's correct. I will not go on with that. But, all right, we're sticking with Broughton. What largest private college in Tennessee was named for the grandfather of the man who constructed the Biltmore estate?
Our team's answer is Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt is correct. And last across America for Broughton, Memphis International Airport is the busiest cargo airport in the world thanks to what overnight shipping company?
Our team's answer is UPS.
That is incorrect. East Chapel Hill?
FedEx.
Our team's answer is FedEx.
FedEx, Federal Express, that's what we're looking for there. All right. Well, teams, well done. We've made it to our first break. When Brain Game returns, we'll go Dutch with word power. And we're ranging from Lizzo to Paris in arts and lit. Brain Game, we'll be right back, everyone. Welcome back to Brain Game, everyone. A playoff atmosphere at Wake Tech's Northern Campus. After the first round of play, we have East Chapel Hill on the board with 180 and Broughton High School with 100. Players, let's jump back into the action now. Our next category today is word power. Players, the Dutch language is a cousin language to English. Each answer will be an English word that has roots in Dutch. We're going with East Chapel Hill now. This 5-letter word comes from the Dutch word for hunting boat. Nowadays, rich people might use one to hunt for more champagne.
Our team's answer is yacht.
Yacht is correct. From the Dutch words for cabbage salad comes this 8-letter word for a side dish you might have with barbecue.
Coleslaw. Yeah. Our team's answer is coleslaw.
Coleslaw is correct and sounds good. And last word power for East Chapel Hill. If you don't want a church wedding, you might want to do this 5-letter word we get from the Dutch to run away.
Elope, yep.
Our team's answer is elope.
Elope, yes, but it upsets your parents. But yes, that is a correct answer. Now, let's go with word power with Broughton. This 5-letter word comes from the Dutch for donkey. It's shortened from painter's donkey, a relative of the sawhorse.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to East Chapel Hill.
Our team's answer is pass.
Easel, the answer we're looking for. All right, back to Broughton. 8-letter word. Pigs don't eat ants, but according to the Dutch, this earth pig does.
Our team's answer is aardvark.
Aardvark is correct. And last word power for Broughton. This 6-letter word comes from the Dutch for mug or cup. We may see one in a lab assisting Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to East Chapel Hill.
Our team's answer is Beaker.
Beaker is correct. That was also my nickname in high school. All right, something else we get from the Dutch. North Carolina's colonial capital, New Bern, the Bear City. Let's bear down on our next category now, arts and literature. Players, we've got questions covering opera classics to the Teen Choice Awards. So be sure to play to your team's strengths to rack up the most points. All right, we will begin arts and lit with East Chapel Hill. Russia controlled his native country, so he was exiled in Paris. Immensely popular. His relationship with George Sand was controversial. Who is this Polish pianist?
Our team's answer is Chopin.
Chopin is the man. Now, we're sticking with East Chapel Hill. Rossini introduces him, and Mozart marries him off later. Who is this opera character known as the Barber of Seville?
Our team's answer is Figaro.
Figaro is correct. And last, arts and lit for East Chapel Hill. The piccolo type is the smallest of these instruments. Cornets and flugelhorns are related types. What are these brass instruments with valves?
Our team's answer is trumpets.
Trumpets is right. Now, we're going over to Broughton with arts and lit. What Austrian composer was in plain sight in Hungary, where he wrote music for the Esterhazy family, like the Surprise and Farewell Symphonies? I got a good wig.
Our team's answer is Johann Strauss.
That is incorrect. East Chapel Hill?
Our team's answer is Haydn.
Haydn is the guy. Now we're back to Broughton. Lizzo played a crystal one, not the subject of an opera by Mozart. What is this work? The story of Papageno and the Queen of the Night.
Our team's answer is the flute.
Judges? Okay. That is incorrect. Over to East Chapel Hill if you want to try.
Magic flute.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Our team's answer is the magic flute.
Yes, the magic flute is the complete answer. You are right. Now we're back to Broughton. What is the colorful name for a scale that contains all 12 tones on a piano keyboard?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to East Chapel Hill.
Our team's answer is chromatic.
Chromatic is right. Well, great job, everyone. We are just 19 questions away from sending one of these two teams to the championship game. Let's take a quick break now, and when Brain Game returns, we're heading to the land of the midnight sun for a Norwegian edition of Brain Game. We'll be right back, everyone.
It's time. Oh, time to take those.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
My mom and dad were traditional Asian parents.
Now, my father would go to work before I woke up in the morning, and then he would come home too tired to play with me. I tell my son, I love you every single day. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. So I teased him the other day and I said, how come you never say that to me? And he said, you're too old now. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the material things, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious minute or moment.
Say bye-bye, baby.
Welcome back to Brain Game, everyone. It's the playoffs here at Wake Tech's Northern Campus. After the second round of play, we have East Chapel Hill on the board with 420, and Broughton is in there at 80. And we have some substitutes that are now in the games for both teams, in the game, that is. For East Chapel Hill, we have Vicky. Let's welcome Vicky to the game, everyone. There she is, all right. And Broughton has brought in Walker. Let's welcome Walker to the Broughton squad, all right. Let us get now to our next category, which is name game. And players, we're going Norsk today, with each correct answer being the name of a famous Norwegian who has made a lasting impact. We're down to our last three categories, so a lot of crucial points are up for grabs right now. So let's begin famous Norwegians with East Chapel Hill. He was encouraged to paint his own emotional and psychological state. That may explain his most famous work, The Scream, and his subsequent mental breakdown.
Our team's answer is Munch.
That is correct. All right, sticking with East Chapel Hill, he was born in Bergen, where now a concert building, music school, and choir are named in his honor. Who is this composer in the Hall of the Mountain King?
Our team's answer is Grieg.
That is right. And last famous Norwegians for East Chapel Hill. It is thought that this Norse explorer established a settlement in North America called Vinland around the year 1000.
Our team's answer is Leif Erikson.
That is the right guy, Leif Erikson, you're right. Now let's do famous Norwegians with Broughton. Who is the most frequently performed dramatist after Shakespeare? His plays, A Doll's House, Hedda, Gabeler, and Peer Gynt are the most popular.
Our team's answer is Ibsen.
That is right. He led the first expedition through the Northwest Passage in 1903. He beat Robert Scott by 1 month to be the first to the South Pole in 1911.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to East Chapel Hill, if you would like to try.
Our team's answer is Amundsen.
That is right, Roald Amundsen, you're right. Now, back to Broughton. His name is now a word in many languages for a collaborator or a traitor. Who was the Prime Minister of Norway from 1942 to 1945?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to East Chapel Hill.
Our team's answer is Quisling.
That's right, Viedken Quisling. That is correct. All right, players, let's do it again. Pencils and scratch paper at the ready. It is time now to play crunching numbers. Remember, you now have twice as much time to answer these math problems. If you get stumped, you can always pass to the other team. So everyone should be working on a possible answer here. So let's kick those human calculators into gear, starting with East Chapel Hill. For the parabola, y equals negative x squared plus 6x plus 2, what is its maximum value? Need something over there, East Chapel Hill? Anything?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Broughton. Need something, Broughton. Anything over there?
Our team's answer is 11.
11 is correct. All right, let's come back to East Chapel Hill. If the sine of theta degrees is 12/13, then what is the tangent of 90 minus theta degrees?
I want to say it's like 5/12.
Need something, East Chapel Hill?
Our team's answer is 5/12.
That is right. And last crunching numbers for East Chapel Hill. Of kite, rhombus, and trapezoid, which type of quadrilateral must have exactly one pair of parallel sides?
No, yeah, right. It's trapezoid.
Our team's answer is trapezoid.
Trapezoid is right. Now, let's crunch numerically with Broughton. Given the polynomial 2x cubed plus 8x squared plus 9x plus 36, what is its irreducible quadratic factor? Need something, Broughton. Anything?
Our team's answer is 2x squared plus 9.
That is correct. Let's stick with Broughton on crunching numbers. If the letters G, A, M, E are randomly selected with replacement and arranged in the order of their selection from left to right, what is the probability that they would spell the word game?
Need something, Broughton. Anything? Our team's answer is 1 over 256.
That's right. And last crunching numbers for Broughton. The graph of the equation 9x minus y squared equals 6 is what kind of conic section? Need something, Broughton? Anything?
Our team's answer is hyperbola.
That is incorrect. East Chapel Hill, would you like to try?
Do you want to see it? Do you want to solve or do you want to pass?
I mean, it could be a parabola, but I don't know. I'm not confident enough to say.
Are you confident? Okay, our team's answer is pass.
Answer we were looking for there is parabola. All right, good news. You're welcome to keep the scratch paper and the pencil as a souvenir of all this, but otherwise we're done with the math portion. Let's blast off now to our next category, rocket science. The last 6 questions before the final round. We're covering the exploration of other worlds to new chemical elements and a lot in between. Remember, players, you want to work together here. Let's begin rocket science with East Chapel Hill. Suspicious indicators of what simple gas had been observed on Mars, suggesting anaerobic life.
So, anaerobic, so like carbon? Or
Carbon dioxide?
or just like hydrogen, maybe?
Need something, East Chapel Hill?
Our team's answer is carbon dioxide.
That is incorrect. Broughton?
Our team's answer is carbon.
Answer we're looking for there is methane. All right, let's stick with East Chapel Hill's second question in rocket science with an atomic number of 118 and name for a pioneering Armenian nuclear physicist. What is the heaviest element ever synthesized?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Our team's answer is oganesson.
That is right. And last rocket science for East Chapel Hill. It is neither of the things in its name. What is the rodent of genus Cavia that is often given as an example for scientific research on living things?
Or field mouse, right?
Or a laprop?
Okay, yeah. Or... Okay, yeah, elaborate.
Our team's answer is labrat.
That is incorrect. Broughton?
What's 2 things in the name?
Need something over there, Broughton? Anything on this one?
Our team's answer is pass.
Guinea pig, the answer we're looking for. All right, let's do rocket science with Broughton. The proton-proton chain and the triple alpha process are 2 means of what nuclear mechanism that occurs in the cores of stars?
Our team's answer is fusion.
Fusion is right. Sticking with Broughton, what element with an atomic number of 117 is the most recent chemical element to be synthesized? It is the second to be named for a U.S. state.
Our team's answer is californium.
That is incorrect. East Chapel Hill?
Our team's answer is Tennessean.
Tennessean is correct. And last rocket science for Broughton. It's no saprophyte, just a simple word. What is this word for an organism that lives on or in another while possibly hurting the other?
Our team's answer is parasite.
Parasite is right. Well, great job, teams. You've made it through 48 questions. Just 1 more to go before we find out which of these 2 teams is headed for the Brain Game Championship. Players were globetrotting when Brain Game returns.
There are oceans and rocks, places where fish swim and birds fly. History is made, art is created, things happen that should always be remembered. Heroes emerge, a woman sets people free, a man makes light, a leader steps forward. It can be a place, a feeling, a state of mind. So get up, get out there, and find your park.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Brain Game, everyone. We hope you're playing along at home on your TV, your favorite device. If you want more information about the smartest 30 minutes on television, go to WRAL.com and type the search words Brain Game for the season schedule, final scores, and to even watch past episodes. The regular round of play ended with our defending champions, East Chapel Hill, on the board with 540 points, Broughton High School with a score of 140. Up to 100 points are now up for grabs in the game's final question. Each team determined how much to risk on globetrotting during the commercial break. Teams, here is your final question. South Ossetia and Abkhazia are breakaway regions of what former Soviet republic? Players, you have 30 seconds to deliberate.
No, Transnistria. It's just tiny cities. There's nothing. A lot of Caucasus.
Stay tuned. The final answer and the final scores when Brain Game returns.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Call it drive. Call it motivation. Or even determination. We all have a spark, something that burns within, a drive to prove ourselves, motivation to succeed, determination to prove them wrong, a spark to do the unexpected. It's time to fuel that spark, ignite your future. Wake Tech.
Welcome back, everyone, to today's final round of Brain Game. It all comes down to this. Players, we have the amount of points risked and your answers to the final question, which is South Ossetia and Abkhazia are breakaway regions of what former Soviet republic? Let's go over to our teams now. Let's start with Broughton. Please tell us your answer.
Georgia.
That was correct. You risked the full 100 points. That brings your game total to 240. Good job on Broughton's part, everyone. All right. Let's go over to East Chapel Hill. Please tell us your answer.
Our team's answer is Georgia.
You risked the full 100 points. That brings your game total to 640. So with that final score of 640, East Chapel Hill is heading to the Brain Game Championship, everyone. All right. Nice. That's good. All right, congratulations to East Chapel Hill. We'll find out who they'll be taking on for the championship next time at Wake Tech's Northern Campus, with Research Triangle High taking on Raleigh Charter High School.